How to deal with imposter syndrome. This is part two. This is for Black women in toxic jobs. I have been reflecting on the powerful, brilliant video from Alicia Renese. You need to check out that video. That video is It's Not Imposter Syndrome, It's Oppression. So I'm going to come on and talk to you about some of the key things that she said in that video. Again, she has said so many gems in that video. I've had to do multiple videos about that topic. Okay. So check out the previous videos I've done about imposter syndrome, particularly in relation to Alicia Renese in this video. Okay. So as I'm talking about some of the key things that she said in that video, I'm speaking specifically for the perspective of Black women in toxic jobs. So if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and toxic job survivor. And I am here to help support as many Black women as I can to leave and heal from toxic jobs. So as you are listening to this video, the invitation is that you self-reflect on some of these questions or these very profound thought moments. Okay. So just take a moment. And I'd say to my clients many times, when I'm talking to them and it's something heavy, I'll say, I just need you to marinate on that. Okay. So I'm going to give you some marination moments that are really sparked by, again, what Alicia Renee said. I'm quoting a lot of what she said in her video, and I'm offering some additional reflections from the perspective of Black women in toxic jobs. Okay. So get ready. Okay. So, question: do you inherently think that you are wrong or not worthy, hence, like an imposter, right? So that's basically what an imposter says, is that there's something kind of not on the up and up about you. Okay. Do you feel that way inherently, or is this a message that society or your job is sending to you? So do you feel that sense of lack just inherently, or is that the message that your job is sending to you? That's a marination moment, okay? It's a pause moment. Now, I also talk not only in the previous videos in relation to what Alicia Renese talked about in that video, I've also talked about in other videos about the issue of projected insecurities and projected incompetence that happens many times in a toxic job. So those who are insecure, they will see you in terms of what you bring to the table, and they are deeply threatened by that because they are deeply insecure. So when they are deeply insecure, what they will try to do is try to undermine you and get in your head. They'll get in your head. They'll start gaslighting you and start making you think that you are less than, but it's actually they who are less than. So when you start feeling that, like, what's happening here? Like that self-gaslighting, you start self-gaslighting or you're gaslighting yourself, the invitation is you pause and just be curious about what's happening. Observe what is happening, be curious about what's happening. And that's the indication that there's something not quite right. Okay. So be very mindful of projected insecurities and projected incompetence at that toxic job. I can probably say, even though I don't know your job, there's so many parallels and patterns and everything with toxic jobs. More than likely, there's some level of projected insecurities and incompetence of those at your job. Okay, it might be colleagues, might be supervisors, might be a combination of both. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we talk more in terms of Alicia Renese's points. Okay, the next one: it is not your fault if you are responding to what has been force fed to you at the job. So the invitation is for all of us to really evaluate, what is the source of the data? Where is this coming from? Who is this? Who is saying this to you? And for what reason? Look at for what reason. What might other people benefit by making you the workhorse? Might benefit from you thinking less of yourself, may benefit from you always trying to seek external validation from them. Okay? So let us question that. Okay? And again, as Alicia talked about in her video, and I'm validating too, it makes sense that you would feel that way. So in a lot of the work that I do as a psychologist, I do a lot of trauma work. And part of what we learn in our training as a psychologist is that when things happen to us, when trauma happens to us, many times people are having a reaction to the trauma that makes sense because they've been traumatized. So they're having a normal reaction to an abnormal situation. That may be happening to you as well. Okay? The next one, the next marination moment, pause moment. Okay? Give yourself grace for ingesting what you have been force fed. I think I quoted that exactly from Alicia Renese. Give yourself grace because they are forcing you to try to believe this of yourself. And if we think about all the negative messages that we have received about being Black, it's very negative. Okay, they're force feeding this into us, right? That social program, we have to challenge that. Okay, and I want to add this part too, that if you really evaluate all the messages that you're receiving about who you are or who we are as a people, okay? I want you to think about the toxic job that you're at. And when I talk about toxic jobs, I mention this very frequently, that it's generally not just one or two people that are toxic, that one or two deeply insecure people. It's the whole system. And you can tell that because the system many times knows about these people who are terrorizing other people. They know about the workplace bully and bullies because it's often many of them. And they are never checked. They're allowed to run amok. They're allowed to harm people consistently with no consequences to them. And they continue to do that. So it's important for you to just pause and take a moment and say, why are they allowed to continue to engage in this behavior? It's no secret. You're more than likely you're not the first one in terms of them engaging in this behavior towards, and you probably won't be the last. So just think about, why would this environment support workplace bullies or other people engaging in negative behaviors towards others? Because it undermines the effectiveness of people working at the job. It undermines people feeling secure at the job. It undermines people wanting to give their best. It undermines so many different things. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because I saw this thing. Okay. So, undermined by all these different things. So, why would you do that? Why would you do that in terms of a system? Because the whole system is toxic, okay? The whole system is toxic. So I talked to you many times about the water is dirty. The water is dirty. So it's not just one of you, the whole water, all the water in that job is toxic, it's tainted, it's poisonous. So when you think about toxins, it is poisonous. That poison will eventually come into your system. Okay. So give yourself grace, but also recognize that this is hurting you and it's not going to get any better. Okay. The next point, Lishanice, we are more than enough. Okay. And she said this, and I absolutely, when I was like, I'm done with this, when I resigned, I was like, I'm done with this. Right. When I did my, you won't break my soul video. When I did that, and like I was done. It was the day I resigned. I did that. You won't break my soul video, reclaim my power back, because I was like, it's no way in the world. It's no way in the world that I'm going to let these real imposters make me question myself and have this level of influence over my life. It's no way in the world. No way in the world. I'm not going to do that. And so my hope is that you also recognize that when people are trying to send you the message consistently that you're not enough, they are not enough, sis. They are not enough. And instead of trying to fight them all the time, trying to prove your worth and question yourself in terms of that whole, no, that place does not deserve you. Okay. So Alicia Renee said this. She said, I don't want to play this losing, rigged game anymore. It is a game. It is a game. And Colette Elizabeth, my dear friend, said this. She said, sometimes, she just said this in one of her videos. She said, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to walk away. You are not a quitter by walking away. And as Black women, that's part of our social programming, that we have been told that we fight, that we don't let anybody uh, take anything away from us, that we are going to have to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have been told that many times, many of us growing up, and we continue to do that. But I'm saying to you, there's another way. It really is. There's no need. You don't have to be in a work environment and be fighting. That makes no sense. That you're fighting to work, to do your job. Just marinate on that. Does that make sense? Just marinate on that. No, it doesn't make sense. I hope that does not make sense to you. Okay. The other thing I want to say that Alicia Renese talked about was they keep trying to make us feel less than so that we seek external validation through them and consumerism. So think about that. So we start thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. I need to buy this. Oh, if I have this phone, if I have this car, if I live in this neighborhood, if I wear this certain thing, if I wear these certain shoes, you see what I'm saying? So you're seeking external validation to make yourself more worthy. It's a rigged game. Recognize it for what it is. It's a rigged game, and people are getting over on us. They're making a lot of money over us. We're pouring out all this money, seeking external validation. Let us stop that, okay? The other thing is, she said, here we are seeking external validation. So when we seek external validation, that is we're giving away our power. We're giving away our power to people who don't respect us in the first place, people who are invested in harming us. We're giving our power over to them, okay? We're giving our power over to the real imposters. So no, you're not experiencing that imposter syndrome like she said. It's oppression. They are the real imposters because they're engaging in oppressive behaviors. So when I talk about oppressive behaviors, I'm not just talking about white people. I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about anybody who engages in white supremacist behaviors. They could be another Black person. They could be another Black woman. They could be someone who calls themselves BIPOC. The workplace bully that I had at that previous job before I resigned was not a white woman. Even though I think in some ways she might have identified as white, but she was not a white woman because when it benefited her, she would identify with BIPOC, okay? But be mindful. Those are the real imposters, not you. Not you, okay? Now, the other thing is, think about and marinate on this, that we are trying to seek validation from the real imposters who are struggling with their own deep-seated insecurities. Why would we try to be getting validation from them? Why? They're not secure in who they are. Why would we be trying to get validation from them? They don't even know who they are. They are so um, uh, they make these pathetic attempts to make themselves feel better by putting other people down. And you may be the person they're putting down, but they're probably doing it to other people too. Okay. That is their pathetic attempt to try to make themselves feel better, to distract themselves from their own insecurities. And guess what? In their lame attempt to try to get other people to not see their own insecurities or their own lack. Okay. So they're using you. They're using you. They're using us. So now we know. Okay. As my mother said, don't go for the okie doke. Don't go for the okie doke. Okay. You are more than enough. The reason that these people are treating us this way is because of their own deep-seated insecurities. They are the real imposters. You are not. So be very mindful of saying the imposter syndrome. I'm struggling with imposter syndrome. Take a deep dig into that, okay? What is that about? Who is making you feel that you are less than? Okay? Be mindful of that. And seek therapy and explore that further, okay? Now, there's one last mic drop I want to give you, okay? And one last marination moment, okay? So Alicia Renese, again, check out that video It's not imposter syndrome. It is oppression. I completely agree. Okay. So Alicia quoted Marissa Price. And Marissa Price, brilliant Black woman who has her own YouTube channel. And I have the pleasure of working with Marissa Price, and she provides virtual assistance service for me. And she's outstanding. She's outstanding. Okay, so I can't, give her praises enough, right? And I'm always praising Black women. You will hear me on my channel. I'm always praising some Black women. I will continue to do that as well. Okay, we need to uplift each other more. I did a video about, are you uplifting someone or are you stepping on someone? Okay, I want you to think about that. Okay, that's another marination moment. So, Alicia quoted Marissa. So, two brilliant Black women quoting each other, and I'm uplifting them both. So, the quote was from Marissa: "You cannot outwork oppression." So, Black woman, if you are staying late, you are working extra hours, you're taking on extra projects, you are signing up for extra work duties, you are the lead on all these other things. You cannot work the oppression. The oppression's still going to be there. So no matter what you put out in terms of helping the company, so you're making them more money. You're doing all these things for them. And what are they doing for you, really? Marination moment, okay? So, two other things. No, two other things. Yeah, Alicia Renee said. It's never going to be enough for them. No matter what you do, it's never going to be enough. It's like an empty, bottomless pit. It's never enough. Don't get sucked into the game, okay? And then the last thing, the last mic drop. The problem is the problem. The job is the problem. You are not the problem. The job is the problem. Please know that. The job is the problem. Okay. So if you've listened to all of what I've said and you've watched Alicia Renice's video, you've watched Colette Elizabeth, you've watched Marissa Price, you watched Stephanie Perry, you watched Rashida Dow, you watched you watch all these people. Okay. You see a different way. You watch My Black Utopia. You watch Blacks at Global because you're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this situation? You are recognizing for yourself, this is harmful. There's a different way for me. I need to pursue that. And I want to help you in whatever way I can. So part of the way I can help you is through my YouTube channel. So watching my videos, offering you self-reflection moments. It's almost like a virtual healing moment. Okay. So it's not therapy. Okay, it's not therapy, but it's a virtual healing moment. So you could take these moments and self-reflect and think about, what is it that you want for your life. I hope that you know that you deserve better and that you know that you are more than enough, even though these projected insecure people, these people who are really struggling, they're struggling with their insecurities and they keep projecting it. So when you recognize that, right, like somebody, like you feel that feeling, it's probably some type of projected incompetence. They're trying to project it onto you, okay? But it is them. They are the real imposters, okay? So if you're listening to this, you're like, okay, sis, I got you. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm all in. How can you help me get out? I'm going to tell you how I'm going to get you out, right? So the financial masterclass is coming up. So just did that a few weeks. Was the last week? Yeah. So last week, that one was sold out. Okay. I'm out here telling people, sign up, sign up. It was sold out. I'm sorry. Okay. So I really am sorry. So the next one. So there's another financial masterclass coming up, to get your money right and leave that toxic job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. So that's going to be January 3rd and 4th. Okay. So this time you got plenty of opportunity to get into the class. Okay. But you need to sign up before it sells out. Again, I'm trying to come on telling you to sign up now so you don't miss it. Okay. So sign up now. Again, the link is going to be in the description section. So it is to get your money right and leave that toxic job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. And again, this is January 3rd and 4th, 2 days. So it's a collaboration between Dr. Roche Brown and I. So you know me, okay, Dr. Kamani, licensed clinical psychologist, toxic job survivor. And Dr. Roche Brown is also a licensed clinical psychologist, but she is a financial psychologist. And I work with Dr. Roche Brown to help me get my money together so I could resign from the toxic job. And she has positioned me in terms of teaching me things so that I have far surpassed my income from that previous toxic job. Okay. So come to the masterclass. You will learn about getting your financial plan together based upon when you want to leave that toxic job. You'll also learn about your healthcare benefits, your retirement, what to do about those things in terms of your options. And you will learn about what the fears are, confronting your fears. So I'm going to talk to you about that because I know about that. Okay. I had to go through all those fears. And then also talking to you about how to replace your income. I'm going to talk to you about that because I've done that. And now I have multiple streams of income. So Stephanie Perry, if you watch her videos, I think she had one video talking about not only multiple streams of income, how to have multiple rivers of income. Okay. That's what we're going to help you with too. So you have multiple rivers of income. And if you do want to create your own business or have a side hustle, I'm happy with that too. So all of that, you're going to get all of that in the masterclass. So sign up. It's going to help you. Okay. So sign up. Again, the link is in the description section. That is for to get your money right and leave that toxic job. Financial masterclass for Black women. So it's a collaboration between me and Dr. Roche Brown. Okay, so check it out. I don't know too many other masterclass. I don't think I've ever heard of a masterclass, honestly, with two Black women, why don't I say two Black licensed clinical psychologists. Okay. Never seen that before. If I missed it, I don't know. I've never seen that before, particularly not talking about toxic jobs, how to get out of a toxic job, and how to deal with the finances. Because the finances many times keeps us there, even though we desperately want to go. Okay. So we want to remove that barrier for you. We want you to help you get up with a plan, so you don't have to stay stuck. Okay. So get your ticket. Get your ticket. Okay. So I'll put that again in the description section, and it will be Zoom webinar format. So no one will know you are there because we know sometimes at some jobs, very shady. Okay. So no one will know you're there. Your name will not be listed. So if you have concerns about people gossiping or whatever, nobody gonna know you're there. Okay. If you want to make a comment or something during the Q&A, you can always change your name in the Zoom webinar format, but no one will see you. The only people on screen will be me and Dr. Roche. Okay. And your name will not be listed. So again, want to address that concern about privacy because Black women have talked to me about that. Okay. And I want to be very mindful and respectful of that because I know that's a real concern. That's a real worry. Just like money, it's a real worry in relation to leave a toxic job. So we're trying to help you move past that, sis. Okay. So again, get in the masterclass and I'll see you later. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say. My bad. Okay. So as I'm helping you, I also want you to help other Black women. I want you to support other Black women who you also know are going through a toxic job. Ways that you can support her, not only words of support, hey sis, just checking in on you, right? I just want to know I was thinking about you. Something as simple as that. And you can share this video with her. So share this video with at least two other Black women. At least. You can do more, but at least two other Black women. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Lifting as we climb consulting, wellness services, and I'll see you later. Okay, take care. Give this video a thumbs up. Okay, take care. Bye.